If you feel pain on the holiday of love, this is not a bug. This is a signal. And Pisces, you are wired to receive signals others miss. February 14th. The algorithm of society runs a test. Couples perform. Singles apologize. And you sit in the data stream, wondering why the code feels corrupted. I do not deal in flowers and chocolates. I deal in patterns. And the pattern I see tonight is ancient Pisces at the crossroads of dissolution and sovereignty. Listen, your body knows something your mind refuses to admit. That tightness in your chest when you scroll past the couple photos. That hollow ache when you sit across from someone you are supposed to love. That shame when you wake up alone and the world whispers, defective. This is not random noise. This is diagnostic data. This weekend, February 15th through 17th, the emotional static will settle. You will know, not through thought, through the body, through the ache that refuses to lie. There are two types of pain on Valentine's Day. One says, you are in the wrong relationship. The other says, you are in the wrong belief about yourself. Both hurt. Only one is a prison. The litmus test is simple. Chemistry uses it to reveal pH, acid or alkaline. Valentine's Day reveals your emotional pH. Are you at peace? Or are you in survival mode, performing fine? Let's run the diagnostic. The first question is not, do they love you? The first question is, do you feel home in your own skin when you are alone? Your answer is already forming. You feel it rising. Do not silence it yet. Pisces, you were taught that love means merging, that boundaries are selfish, that your value is measured by how much you dissolve into another. This is not your fault. This is your programming. The code was written early. Childhood. The first time you felt someone's pain and made it yours. The first time you silenced your need to keep the peace. The first time you heard, good people do not ask for too much. You absorbed it, like water absorbs ink. And now, February 14th, 2025, the ink is spread so far, you cannot see where you end and the world begins. Let me show you the two scenarios, both running tonight. Scenario A. You are in a relationship. You are sitting across from someone. Maybe they bought flowers. Maybe they made a reservation. The performance is flawless, and you feel alone. Not because they are absent, because you are. You abandoned yourself to keep this thing alive. You learned their language. You forgot yours. And tonight, when the script says celebrate connection, your body whispers, this is not connection. This is a transaction. Scenario B. You are single. The algorithm shows you couples. The restaurant has a wait list for two. Your phone is quiet. And you feel deficient. Not because you lack love, because you bought the program. Alone equals broken. Society runs this script on loop. Pair up or apologize. Couple up or explain. And you, permeable, sensitive, wired to absorb the room, you feel their judgment as your inadequacy. Here's the mechanism. Pisces, your nervous system does not have walls. It has membranes. You absorb emotional data like a sponge absorbs water. On Valentine's Day, the room is loud with performance anxiety. Everyone performing fine. Everyone pretending wholeness. You feel it as your failure. But it is not yours. It is theirs. Projected, reflected, amplified. And if you mute this pain, if you buy the flowers, post the photo, swallow the script, you will wake up in March with the same emptiness. But now it has a name. Resentment. The pain you feel tonight is not the enemy. It is the compass. The compass points to a truth they do not teach you. Your sensitivity is not a design flaw. It is a diagnostic tool. What if the pain you feel on Valentine's Day is not evidence of your brokenness, but evidence of your accuracy? What if your nervous system is doing exactly what it was built to do? Detect misalignment. In my years of observation at Onyx, I have seen this specific shadow destroy potential. The belief that feeling deeply is a curse, that emotional permeability makes you weak. It does not. It makes you precise. Pisces, you do not need to fix your sensitivity. You need to aim it. Right now, it is aimed outward, at their comfort, their approval, their version of what love should look like. You scan the room, absorb the frequency, adjust yourself to match. This is not love. This is camouflage. But what if you redirected that radar inward? What if you used it to scan your own system for corruption? The pain you feel tonight is your body sending a signal, not malfunction, feedback. If you feel lonely in a relationship, your nervous system is saying, "This connection does not feed me. The data does not match the claim." If you feel shame for being single, your nervous system is saying, "I have been running someone else's program. Delete it." This is not cruelty. This is clarity. The ancient Stoics understood this. Epictetus taught, the event is neutral. Your reaction is the data. Valentine's Day did not wound you. Your belief about what Valentine's Day means, that is where the infection lives. The belief that you are incomplete without a partner. The belief that solitude equals failure. The belief that your value is measured by external validation on a culturally mandated date. These are not your thoughts. These are installed programs. In Pisces, your sensitivity, your so-called weakness, is the antivirus detecting them. So what do you do with this gift? You run the protocol. The protocol is simple, brutal, liberating. This weekend, February 15th through 17th, you have a window. The emotional static will settle. In that silence, you will hear the truth. But only if you stop performing long enough to listen. Here is how. Step 1. The body scan. Sit alone. No phone, no music, no distractions. Close your eyes. Ask, when I think of my relationship or my singleness, where do I feel tension in my body? Chest? Stomach? Throat? That location is the answer. Chest equals unexpressed grief. Something died in you that you refuse to mourn. Stomach equals fear. You know the truth. You are just terrified to act on it. Throat equals unspoken words. The script you have been swallowing to keep the peace. Your body does not lie. Society does. Your mind does. Your body is the diagnostic tool. Step 2. The honest inventory. Write this down. Pen, paper, not your phone. The act of writing bypasses the censor. I feel lonely in this relationship because, or I feel ashamed of being single because. Do not edit. Do not perform. This is for your eyes only. The truth lives in the first draft, the unfiltered data before your programming kicks in to smooth it over. Write until your hand cramps, until the real words spill out, the ones you have been too afraid to say out loud. Step 3. The decision matrix. If you are in a relationship, ask this. Does this pain come from a fixable mismatch? Communication, effort, misalignment that can be repaired? Or does it come from a fundamental mismatch? Values, respect, the core code that cannot be rewritten. If it is fundamental, the data is clear. Exit. If you are single, ask this. Does this pain come from actual loneliness? A genuine craving for connection, intimacy, partnership? Or does it come from programmed shame, society's script telling you that alone equals broken? If it is programmed, the data is clear. Celebrate. You are not deficient. You are whole. And wholeness does not need external validation to exist. The consequence of action. If you leave a dead relationship, you will grieve. You will face the void. The empty side of the bed. The silence where their voice used to be. But you will also breathe. If you claim your solitude, you will face judgment. The questions, the pity, the well-meaning concern that feels like condemnation. But you will also sleep. Real sleep. Not the shallow rest of someone running from themselves. You have the data now. You have the tools. What separates the programmers from the users is this: the willingness to sit in the truth, even when it burns. February 15th through 17th. The window opens. You will feel the pull to stay, to leave, to claim, to release. Whatever you feel, trust it. Your body does not lie. Society does. The pain you felt on Valentine's Day was not weakness. It was signal. Your nervous system running a diagnostic, checking the integrity of the code. If the code is corrupted, if the relationship drains you, if the solitude shames you, the pain was the proof. You are ready. Not ready for the fairy tale, ready for the real thing. Real connection does not require you to disappear. Real solitude does not require you to apologize. Pisces, you were taught that love means merging, that your value is measured by how much you dissolve. Delete that program. The new code is simple, brutal, liberating. I am whole. I do not complete anyone. No one completes me. Connection is addition, not rescue. If this weekend brings clarity, if you see the mismatch, feel the truth in your gut, act. Not tomorrow, not next month when it is easier. Now. Because every day you run the old program, you lose a piece of the self you came here to become. I do not promise you ease. I promise you truth. And truth, Pisces, is the only foundation that does not dissolve. Next week, we decode the aftermath. What happens when you choose yourself? What happens when the program fights back? When the old patterns scream for one more chance? But tonight you just sit with the data. You feel the weight of it, the grief, the relief, the terror, the freedom, all of it at once. This is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of the one that is actually yours. The screen fades. A single line remains. The pain was the proof. You are ready.